Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. As you know, we've been in Dubai and we have arrived at Dubai Watch Week. I was with my girlfriend at the time, so I didn't really speak to the camera as such. I just kind of took as much footage as I can. We did arrive about an hour before the event finished, so we were just having a quick once around to see if anything tickled our fancy, and we arrived at the watch show. So as we arrived, we walked. Do apologise, this bit of filming is terrible. We arrived to the two exhibition halls. Most of these brands in here, generally I've never heard of, I've never seen before, so it was good to see you know, what else is actually being created rather than the big super brands. Lots of unique pieces, but as being in Dubai, you know, there were lots of extreme watches is what I'd call them, but nevertheless good to see them anyhow. Lots of rare kind of pieces, lots of unique looking pieces, not so much stuff on the mainstream market inside this particular area. All kind of pieces in Dubai, you know, in this whole watch show are extreme for the really wealthy individuals. Lots of custom pieces, lots of you know, unique looking stuff. But in this main bit here was, to be honest, not much really brands to suit except from Jacob & Co. If you watch my previous video, I did go into the boutique, but this is kind of the only brand I really recognised here. There was one more brand in the top corner there who offered quite unique pieces, a really nice blue watch, and basically they can make dates, and they take a picture of the sky on that particular date, and they can like convert that sky figures of stars or planets onto the watch, which I was quite interested about. I'm going to speak to them because their watches were really unique, and you know, if you can put your birthday in there, then that's pretty a one-off piece for someone, you know, quite a personal piece. So this is probably the main hall. As you walk out of this bit here, we head out to the outside. The outside was kind of buzzing. There was music, it was lights, it was quite cool. You know, lots of people walking around. This was like 9 o'clock on Sunday, and obviously it's been going on all week. Nice little bar up there for people to sit and chat and connect. And on the right here is we had the Tudor boutique, but we are going to get to that. But what I wanted to see is first was the Rolex boutique, and here you can see it, the Rolex boutique. Couldn't record everything, but this was inside the Rolex boutique, basically showing us the history of Rolex, how they started, and the people involved, and they were displaying most of the sports models were there, to be honest. It was a good selection to see. Some of the pieces there I'll probably never see again, and they were really nice. The lighting in here wasn't great, so these bits here were pretty hard to film, but there we had the white gold blue sub, and then we had the full gold black sub, then we had the full gold blue sub, then the bluesy, and I think that was the half gold black sub, and then I think there was a Kermit, and then, no, sorry, not Kermit, there was a Starbucks, and then a date sub, I think. Coming to this end of the you know, the displays was kind of more talking about the deep seas and bits and pieces, and then further on we just had a few watch stands of, to be honest, pretty cool and quirky pieces. Here were actually the pieces on this particular area had different bits and different things, but they were all quite unique. Lots of diamonds, lots of stuff you'd never see regularly. Here we got a BL&R and some Daytonas. Quite rare. There's a few meteorite dials. Obviously, if you've never seen a meteorite dial in person, absolutely stunning. Back to the beer, there was a deep sea dwellers. Luckily, I've got both of them in my collection. Fantastic watches. And also, I think that was a non-date sub, which I've, you know, luckily enough I have as well. Half gold subs and the bluesies back into the display areas. Lots of, yeah, basically there's a progression of how they used to make their watches and what they do now. but this one really caught my eye, this piece here. That there, you just saw it there, it was only a quick little flick through, but that was the Deep Sea Challenge. That was the one they actually used on the outside of the sub, which did the James Cameron. So heading out of the Rolex boutique, we're walking around, and I think next we head into Tudor. I do like a Tudor, as you know. I've got the boutique edition, and I was looking for. I'm quite interested in the FXD. I like it. It's quite quirky. Old David Beckham there, sponsoring the Panda. So yeah, coming around into Tudor, I think we briefly went into Tudor. I actually saw the Panda chronograph, white, black and chronograph in person, and it is a lot bigger than I expected. The Daytona sits really small. This is actually quite big and chunky. Had a look at some watches, had a chat with the sales representative there. So further on, moving on, there was a watch brand here. Haven't really seen them before, but they were having a private dinner, so I didn't really look or just interfere, just kind of carried on. And I think after that we head into, didn't go into Hublot either. Nah, Hublot's not a bit of me. Didn't want to head into there. And I think from here we head into the AP boutique. The AP boutique was pretty special. There's a lot of lovely pieces in there, and it was just as nice as the Rolex boutique or the stand. You can tell the difference. Like the Rolex stand was very formal. This is like there was a bar there with a DJ and lots of people having drinks and chatting and obviously networking and different pieces. We were one of the last people to go into to view the watches in their little display area, but you can see the different type of customers, the different type of people who, you know, like AP. They were young, they were trendy, like they're still kind of trying to influence that as well. But I think now we get some footage of going in to the AP store. The AP store, it was nice inside. We started off with this kind of tunnel here, which was kind of the lights are pretty crazy, and headed into their boutique. Lots of Royal Oak offshores, lots of just Royal Oaks. There's quite unique pieces. All of them were beautiful, to be fair. There's lots of different quirky colours, lots of different materials, and overall nice to see them. Like I said, nowadays you go into the shops, there's nothing to see, and it's just quite nice to see some stuff and see what people can make and different pieces. Oh, we've got some music starting here. Give us a second. So yeah, there's a lot of rare pieces. There was, I think, something about that one was quite rare, and overall, yeah, nice display. There wasn't hundreds of watches there, but there was a fair few. Like I said, there's a few carbon ones, there's a few gold ones, but yeah, nice. On, you know, the offshores are pretty cool. There was one there with a green face, like khaki green, and the khaki green bracelet, and I was like, cool, that was pretty nice. Solid gold one there, steel one there. And a nice place to be. We did see most of them. Yeah, that one there that was a special edition. I think that one. And I didn't. You know, I was having a quick browse because I did want to see everything in our time we had there. So moving on from the AP store, we're just walking around outside this bit. So you know, the volume of people was quite a bit more, and I do think we head into one more bit. AP and Rolex were, to be fair, they were the main contenders there. They had their own kind of room, showing off what they produce, and I'd probably say they're close to being on the same level. And you can see that within the market. You know, AP are chasing down Rolex. You know, it is quite evident that AP is a bit more exclusive than Rolex these days. A lot of people, you know, you can have 10 Rolexes and you only have one AP, etc, etc. So it kind of did show that, and I felt, you know, being in both of them, both of their, you know, their showrooms, I could feel that vibe. I could feel it. I could see it. And you know, they are getting quite close, and AP are really doing a good job, and I think their pieces are exclusive. and yeah, you know, only going to get harder to get, I assume. I haven't got one myself, and my father's got one, and even him to get another one is seemed to be a bit of a struggle. But they are getting exclusive, and they do make beautiful timepieces. Right, so here, I think this is Bell & Ross. We do like a bit of Bell & Ross. I always go to the shop in London, and there's this little bit here which had unique pieces in it. DJs, people having drinks, food, bars. It is a good environment. It's a shame that I turned up, you know, a bit later than I expected. If I was there for a few more hours or there, I would have probably done a bit more, but we was literally there for like half an hour, 45 minutes. And this shop here, on the way out, it was a vintage collector's watch shop. I know the footage is quite rushed. Honestly, I needed a wee so bad there. But yeah, it was a good show. I'm glad I went, and I could see some interesting pieces. But the best one was I actually saw the Eye of a Tiger Daytona. I'm going to get some pictures on it now, and honestly, absolutely stunning watch. I think it's retailing about £170,000, but on the grey market it's probably £500,000 plus. Fantastic watch, and honestly, I'll probably never ever see one of those again. So I'm going to get it in here at the end of the video. But please get liked, get subscribed, and I'll see